Hi everyone, it's Josh from Rapid Skills here. I'm just going to explain to you what I carry in my buoyancy aid. So what I want you to first notice is that there is nothing hanging off my buoyancy aid. This is what we call a clean profile. The only thing that is hanging off my buoyancy aid is my whistle. I like to have that out so it's easy to get to and it's already there. And it is on a bit of webbing that I know that if it does get snagged or caught on anything, it is just going to rip away. So let's talk about my buoyancy aid. So what we want to try and do is standardise rescue kit when we're paddling, just so that anyone can pick it up in a rescue situation and know how to use it straight away. So the main thing we want to try and standardise is carabiners. Okay, carabiners should be screw gates because you know if you screw them up, they lock off. If you unscrew them, okay, they open. I carry 4 carabiners, so 3 in my buoyancy aid and then 1 on the end of my throw line. If everyone carries 3 or 4 carabiners between a group, you know, that's plenty of carabiners going around. Okay, the next thing is my knife. Okay, I want that knife to be super accessible and know that it's there in that position every time. So with your knife, you want to be able to open it with one hand, okay, and you want to be able to open it with your less dominant hand. Okay, if you can't do that, you can put a little bit of tape through there, okay, and use your teeth to open it. Your blade wants to be a serrated edge, okay, because when the rope's wet, it will be able to grip into the rope and cut, whereas if it's a fine edge, okay, it can't grip into the rope to cut through it. So, everything I have is a watch, okay, good for knowing the time, so you know when it's getting dark, but also good in emergencies to make records of when things happened in the incident. Okay, so in my other pocket and the zip pocket inside my buoyancy aid, I have Prusik, okay, good for using the mechanical advantages, unpinning boats, things like that, lowering boats and people. If you know how to use them, great, take them. Electrical tape, good for blisters and good for putting on paddles to mark where hands go. Face mask, in case you need to do CPR. Surf plugs, okay, just to stop the cold water getting in my ears, okay, and getting surfer's ear. Okay, so all of this, like little bits and bobs, okay, were in a pocket, in a zip pocket, so anything like Prusiks or little things, try and put them in a pocket that's zipped up, because then when you open it, it means that it doesn't go everywhere. Okay, in my other pockets, I have a tape rather than sling, because it means at the end that it's a clean line and it's not a sewn loop, so if it does fall out of my pocket and get stuck, it means that it's just going to let me be free off of it rather than getting an entrapment or pruning saw, okay, for canoeing mainly, to cut out kneeling thwarts and yokes, or to be used to cut, trees and eddies, do a bit of pruning, or pathways when people are walking around features, just to clear the route a little bit more. And an energy gel, okay, as a backup source of energy if I need it. I'll also carry like Mars bars and things like that for when I'm on the river. Other things that I might include in my buoyancy aid are, if it's hot or I'm working in a hot country, sun cream, and if I'm working in a remote place, I'll probably carry my Garmin InReach, which is a little personal beacon to let me know the emergency service where I am if it's remote and there's no signal, and that will go in my buoyancy aid or in my dry suit pocket. So these are sort of things I found that are helpful on the river. I've obviously used put things in and taking things out, but it would be really interesting to see if anyone has any different views on what they put in their buoyancy aid, and I hope this is a helpful video.